everyone and happy holidays! Today I want to go through the process that I used to make this stand for my 2019 Christmas goose egg. So I've been making eggs for a few years now, and a lot of my eggs had a lot of detail because I put so much time into the designs, but I've always struggled with a really good way to display them that would properly accentuate, the value of this fine art piece that I'm creating. So on the recommendation of another egger in my Incredible Eggs group on Facebook, I started exploring different ways to display the eggs with fairy lights, because on an etched egg, it's really hard to see the designs that are in the egg on a white on white background. There's no color. So by feeding some of these fairy lights into the center of the egg, you create a light source which accentuates the etching and creates a beautiful display.
So now we're going to move over to a helicopter view on the base of the dome. I've opened up the packaging and glued around a little bit of moss to the edges. And now I'm just going to go ahead and center my skewer where the egg is going to be resting and make sure everything stands up straight. So take a ruler, you're going to run it across the diameter of the egg, and turn the base and do it several times to make sure you have the absolute center. You don't want to glue the skewer off center because it's going to look like your egg is leaning against the side of the dome. Not very attractive. All I do is I take a little bit of hot glue and dab it into the center, and then I just make sure that my skewer is standing up straight. If you point the base of the dome at yourself, you'll be able to see very clearly whether it's straight or tilted. Don't want a leaning tower of Pisa, so make sure you do that. Last step, I'm just taking a little bit more hot glue and gluing down the center moss. Trim it up a bit, make it look nice, but not too nice. You don't want it to look like a golf course. You want it to be very natural looking. And just sit and wait for the glue to dry. While the glue is drying, you can take a little bit of glitter and just lightly sprinkle it over the moss. And this is a very subtle effect, but it'll give kind of a little glisten when the light hits the moss. And this just gives your display a little something extra for the holidays. So last step, you're going to want to feed in these fairy lights into the bottom of your egg. Do it very carefully because the drain hole of the egg can be kind of fragile. You don't want to create little chip marks in the bottom while you're doing that. So I fed, I think, 6 or 7 of these little fairy lights from the 7-foot strand that it comes with into the center of the egg. And this just nicely lights up the design. And then for the remainder of the lights, fold them over and around the egg and fill up the dome. Make it look like a nice display, like something that you're going to want to look at on a desk or a shelf. And that's it. That is how you put together your wonderful little Christmas display for your decorative egg. So thanks so much for making it to the end of this video. If you have a way of displaying your eggs, or you've come up with a decorative display as well, I would love to see it and hear about it below in the comments. Be sure to subscribe, and thanks for watching.